Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Fly Me to the Moon, which stars Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, and Woody Harrelson. So, the story of this film happens to be a romantic comedy drama that takes place during the 1960s space race. The Soviets are beating the United States by managing to send a man to the moon, so the United States decides to send three men to the moon: Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, while a NASA director named Cole, played by Channing Tatum, tries to get everyone ready for for the big day. But a marketing specialist named Kelly Jones, played by Scarlett Johansson, is hired by a government agent played by Woody Harrelson to essentially sell the concept of the moon to the people, to make it a big event filled with sponsorships and tons of attention, which also includes getting actors to play the various roles at NASA, since the NASA people don't do interviews. This naturally causes tension between Cole and Kelly until they realize that they have to work together in order to get the whole mission to go off as well as they planned. So yeah, naturally this is a film that takes a lot of liberties when it comes to the 1960s setting and when it comes to the actual events that happened, including the infamous examples of people attempting to say that the moon landing was a hoax and that it was all done on a soundstage. But it's definitely also a film that happens to make the most of its stars. Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson are very good at playing quirky people who also happen to be extremely attractive, and they both managed to deliver solid performances because of that. I think it's great that Scarlett Johansson hasn't lost her charm even after the MCU, and of course Channing Tatum usually plays either good-looking buffoons or well-intentioned American heroes, and this one's definitely more the latter case. Woody Harrelson is also pretty funny as a government agent who's always getting involved where it feels like he doesn't really understand anyone's personal space or anyone's uh, boundaries when it comes down to either physical or emotional types. And also, there are various funny gags featuring black cats in the film. Yes, they do often symbolize bad luck, but this is almost done to a cartoonish extent in this film that actually happens to work even when it strains credibility at times. Also, I do appreciate that the 1960s setting is done throughout almost all the production design, from the NASA building to the various towns our heroes end up in, to the clothing, to the products that are featured in the film. You know, the 60s style Crest toothpaste, the 60s style Tab soda. It definitely feels very authentic, and it clearly shows that along with the cast, is probably where most of the $100 million budget went to. So yeah, the comedy aspect of the film works pretty well. The romance works pretty well. So what's the problem here? Well, the film is over 2 hours long, and while it doesn't really feel like it overstays its welcome throughout most of it, the ending does feel like it can drag a bit. And on top of that, if you're really uncomfortable with the inaccuracies the film has, then you're not going to like the film at all, because it definitely happens to hint at that it's mainly going to be a more fictionalized look at the film at this history. But at the same time, if you wanted a more accurate version of the events, this is probably the wrong film for you. So I can see that bothering some people. But with a talented cast, good humor, and some solid chemistry between the leads, I do think it's a worthy trip to the moon at least once. That's why I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. See you next time.